All right, good morning. So I recently got a request to do a tutorial on my chart setup. So it's always nice to know that someone wants to join the coffee bean cult. So let's start with the background. And I'm just going to go over this line by line just to make sure everything is correct. All right, so we'll double click on these candlesticks. And for the background, my color is on solid, and the hex color for that is EBE3D5 over here. Right, so you can throw that in, hit add, and we're on to the next thing. So for all of my line text, open, high, low, close, and symbols, so basically things like this symbol here, text that goes on all of my lines, and the open, high, low, close values, those are all the same, and it is this brown color 654541F, and I have the opacity at 100%. So whenever you see the percent value, that's opacity. And then the main thing that you most likely want to know about is the candles. So for the candles, I'm going by each value next to body, border, and wick. So this first value represents this first hex code here. So you'll go to plus, add custom color, and it's going to be this B0A695, and I have this at 65% opacity. Okay, and I can show you that. You can see that right there. And then the next value here, which would be the down close candle, it's going to be 776B5D at 100% opacity. All right, so you'll add that in and then make sure the opacity is at 100%. Okay. For the first value for border, it's the exact same value as the down close candle, but the first one is at 65% opacity. Let me just show you that here. So you can see it is the same. And then the one right next to it, 70% opacity, and it's also the same color. And then for wicks, again, these are the same color, but they're at 100% opacity. So that's 77 6B 5D, and both of these are 100%. All right. So other things like boxes. So for any box that I put on the chart, let me just draw one out here. These are really simple. All I do is I go to the fourth color from white. So I just count 1, 2, 3, 4. I select this gray color and put it at 12%. And any text that I have in here, it's the exact same color, but at 100% opacity. All right. For my position tool, all right, this one's really interesting. So for the line, I keep that as black, but I believe the opacity is on 0. Okay, don't want to really see the separator. I can already see that through the gray and brown, or tan if you will. For the stop color, it's going to be that same gray, the fourth one from the top line, and it's at 25% opacity. And then for my target color, that tan color, it is, I actually don't know what this is. Okay, it's the same, that 77 6B 5D, and the opacity on that is 25%. That's about it. As you can see, I don't know why people do this, but this is all I have here: open, high, low, close. I don't use like the name of what I'm looking at or anything like that, because I can already see it 2 times up here and then on the tab itself. So I try to keep everything as clean as possible because I know I can draw a lot of lines on here at times. So another thing you don't see is the price line. So if I go down to like the 4-hour here, okay, normally where price is, there's like the little dotted line that shows you. When I'm on my main chart here, I don't use the price line. Another thing that I normally don't use is the cursor, the little dotted lines on the cursor. Yeah, so right here where it says on canvas in chart settings, crosshair, I normally have the opacity to 0. So all I see is my cursor. right? No price line, no crosshairs. And that way I can kind of just keep things a little bit more clean when I'm looking at price, right? Because I can already kind of see where that line would be based off of price over here. So yeah, normally this is my go-to trading setup. But if I'm looking at price in the past, right? Like, all right, so let's say I want to reference something from like a year or so ago, like this high here. If I want to reference this high and compare it to current price, that's when I'll turn on my crosshairs. 50%, and then now I can like kind of see, okay, where we at, right? But that's all for this video. Again, thanks for wanting to join the Coffee Bean Cult, and enjoy.